My life is my message. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. Action expresses priorities. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. The truth is by nature self-evident. As soon as you remove the cobwebs of ignorance that surround it, it shines clear. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. There is a higher court than courts of justice, and that is the court of conscience. It supersedes all other courts. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks he becomes. The future depends on what you do today. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. An ounce of practice is worth more than tons of preaching. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken, and the wisest might err. The good man is the friend of all living things. Service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. There is more to life than increasing its speed. Nonviolence is the first article of my faith. It is also the last article of my creed. Poverty is the worst form of violence. The simplest acts of kindness are by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Faith is not something to grasp. It is a state to grow into. A nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the soul of its people. Honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. The only tyrant I accept in this world is the still voice within. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Where there is love, there is life. I believe in the fundamental truth of all great religions of the world. I believe that they are all God-given, and I believe that they were necessary for the people to whom these religions were revealed. Truth never damages a cause that is just. If we are to reach real peace in this world, we shall have to begin with the children. In matters of conscience, the law of the majority has no place. Nearly everything you do is of no importance, but it is important that you do it. Glory lies in the attempt to reach one's goal and not in reaching it. There is no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. To forget how to dig the earth and to tend the soil is to forget ourselves. A coward is incapable of exhibiting love. It is the prerogative of the brave. Prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Full effort is full victory. Prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is daily admission of one's weakness. A no uttered from the deepest conviction is better than a yes, merely uttered to please, or worse, to avoid trouble. To call woman the weaker sex is a libel. It is man's injustice to woman. The earth, the air, the land and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on loan from our children, so we have to hand over to them at least as it was handed over to us. The only way to find God is to see Him in His creation and be one with it. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time, they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it, always. It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver. If I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it, even if I may not have it at the beginning. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. Infinite striving to be the best is man's duty. It is its own reward. Everything else is in God's hands. I will far rather see the race of man extinct than that we should become less than beasts by making the noblest of God's creation, woman, the object of our lust. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. I like your Christ. I do not like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ. Peace is the most powerful weapon of mankind. It is difficult, but not impossible, to conduct strictly honest business. All humanity is one undivided and indivisible family, and each one of us is responsible for the misdeeds of all the others. I am prepared to die, but there is no cause for which I am prepared to kill. Freedom is never dear at any price. It is the breath of life. What would a man not pay for living? Peace between countries must rest on the solid foundation of love between individuals. Those who know how to think need no teachers. What difference does it make to the dead, the orphans and the homeless, whether the mad destruction is wrought under the name of totalitarianism, or the holy name of liberty or democracy? even if you are a minority of one. The truth is the truth. Those who say religion has nothing to do with politics do not know what religion is. Power based on love is 1,000 times more effective and permanent than the one derived from fear of punishment. A leader is useless when he acts against the promptings of his own conscience. No culture can live if it attempts to be exclusive. A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. I have worshipped woman as the living embodiment of the spirit of service and sacrifice. Anger and intolerance are the enemies of correct understanding. It has always been a mystery to me how men can feel themselves honored by the humiliation of their fellow beings. It is better to be violent if there is violence in our hearts than to put on the cloak of nonviolence to cover impotence. Let us all be brave enough to die the death of a martyr, but let no one lust for martyrdom. Civilization is the encouragement of differences. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other videos from Hupu Quotes, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.